All right. Okay, I want to first and foremost welcome Chief Justice McCormick to our Operation Drive afternoon docket. Just to bring everybody up to speed, we got a good crowd coming in today. Just to bring everybody up to speed of what this program is all about, we have, shoot, now I've got to make sure I've got everything squared away before I go any further. Okay, I see Mr. Carlock is here. Stanford is here, good. Okay, on the iPhone, I just need your name for the record, sir, real quick.
Hi, good evening. It's me, Rubit Chaudhry.
Oh, Mr. Chaudhry. Okay, great. All right, so just hold on 1 second for me. I'm just going to put you on mute, and then we're going to call your case in just 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right, great. All right, great. All right, so the Operation Drive program, we started really keeping track of all the licenses that we had a chance to work with people and restore in about 2016. But we actually started the beginnings of this really started right after I took the bench in 2013. And I kept running into these issues where I had people who were in front of me on driving tickets that just couldn't seem to get on top of or around to getting their license. And so I found myself constantly going downstairs and talking to our criminal clerk, Sylvia, and saying, why is this? Why is this person getting stopped from getting their license? And Sylvia was my go-to person and reaching out to the Secretary of State, got me all the answers. And finally, I started thinking, well, we need to be part of the solution. We need to be a true district court. We are the closest court to the community, so we should be the ones that are prepared to act and react to the needs of the community. So Sylvia gave me all the information that I needed, and we started rolling. And every week we would have somebody in front of us that would have the opportunity to clear up their license. And if all they needed was an adjournment, we could do that for them. And the problem is that every time I would adjourn a case and move a case, that would mean extra work for my criminal clerk, Nicole Thompson, and the dockets that would look like this all the time. It would be her responsibility to make sure that everybody knew where to be and when to be there, and hopefully not get too frustrated with all of the adjournments that I would put in place. But what I realized quickly once we started restoring a couple licenses, and we saw the human impact, the tears, the overwhelming joy that comes with the freedom of a driver's license, it's a true good, and the opportunity to participate in something good is, I think, attractive to everyone. And so with the help of Sylvia and Nicole, we really started to get things rolling. Unfortunately, couldn't be here today live, but one of my biggest supporters and help through this was our retired court officer, Skip Barish, who would regularly walk out with people and say, hey, you got to go here and do this. And then eventually, once we were able to enjoy the advancement of MIDC and really be able to equip people with tools beyond just me. I found that at the very beginning, it was just very personality driven in that I was the one telling them where to go and what to do, but I couldn't go with them into the extra courts they had to go to. I couldn't follow up with them like an advocate could. And so we started to develop this actual program, and it feels like a problem solving court because that's what we're doing. We're solving a definite problem in our community. And so that's where, having Lori Maurice, our deputy court administrator, and our court administrator, Tammy Bonet, and the support of Judge Wittenberg, we really were able to start the ball rolling. And then now we've got this amazing MIDC team, and the results are powerful. We are at 889 licenses today that have been restored in 4 years. 889 people who, when they first walked into this court, either had their privileges suspended or didn't have a driver's license at all, and were able to acquire a valid driver's license, and it goes without saying, change their life for the better. And it is an honor to be a part of something like this. And I am so grateful that Chief Justice McCormick would be here and recognize that something that seems so simple, innocuous, a traffic misdemeanor, if you just view it like just another case as opposed to a person, then you could miss out on an opportunity to really change lives. And it seems like that's always been a priority to you, Chief Justice McCormick, and why you being here today really, in so many ways, gives validity and support to what we're trying to accomplish. But what I wanted you to know today was, like, this is not me. This is an entire team, and it's a reminder to all of us, like, when people join together, especially those individuals, in areas where they're supposed to be serving the community, when people get together and move in a general direction, I mean, things happen, change is made. And so again, I'm so grateful that you're here. And what I found really interesting was when you actually sit down and tell other people about this, they're like, yeah, this should happen. I don't hear a single person that says, why would you help someone without a license? Why? I mean, these are scoff laws. Why would you? I never hear anything like that. In fact, last summer, we had an intern that participated with us, who's here with us today. Alexa Tipton is here. And she wrote a law review article that is going to be published about this program at the University of Notre Dame Law School. So it's just, you just feel good about yourself when you're done working in a program like this. So, all right, so let's get to the business of doing our jobs today. So I promised Sylvia and Nicole that I wouldn't keep them on camera for too long. So again, I could not have done this without either of you. So you're all set for today, though.
Thank you.
And I promised Sylvia, and note this, Lori and Tammy, I did promise Sylvia that she wouldn't have to talk. So I did not make you talk today, Sylvia.
Thank you.
Oh, she said thank you. All right, that's a win. I'll take it. All right. Okay. So let's see here. So are we ready on Mr. Carlock? All right, Ms. Maloney is here. How are you today, Ms. Maloney?
I am here. I'm very well, Judge Meineke. How are you today?
I'm great. Okay.
Can we, once we get started, can you pin me so that Mr. Carlock doesn't have a problem seeing me?
That's a great idea. Thank you for that suggestion. Okay. All right. Calling case number 2019-00759, People versus John Bruce Carlock.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Melissa Krauskopf on behalf of Mr. Carlock. He's present via Zoom with the interpreter.
And Ms. Maloney, can you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will truly, accurately, and impartially interpret the matter now before the court and not divulge confidential communications? So help you God.
I do.
Okay. All right. So Mr. Carlock is what I find to be one of our truly inspirational participants. Mr. Carlock, let me repin you. I'm so sorry. No, I think you're still pinned. Good.
Yep. He said
All
he
right.
can see me. We're good.
Okay. When Mr. Carlock started, he had gone to two times to the Secretary of State to take his written test, and was told they would not provide him an interpreter to conduct the written exam. So I didn't like that answer, and so I contacted the Secretary of State, and we made arrangements for an interpreter to be present. And Mr. Carlock did, in fact, take the written test, did, in fact, pass the written test, and now has a learner's permit. So now we are trying to get over that last hurdle, which, as we have discovered, Ms. Krauskopf, is parallel parking.
That's right, Your Honor.
All right.
So Mr. Carlock and I corresponded via text about this quite a bit because as the court knows, he was struggling with learning how to do that. And there's also, some practical impediments when he's learning how to do it. So what we discussed is that he can look online. We talked about this. If you Google it, it sounds funny, but there's actually resources out there, written resources, step-by-step on how to parallel park. And moving GIFs that actually highlight like the way you want to turn the wheel, and videos out there on how to do it. And so I suggested to him that he try that. I will tell the court that he has his road test scheduled for this Monday coming up. I know he's hoping he'll be able to keep it because there may be some financial issues, unfortunately. But he is scheduled for this Monday, so I am hopeful that he'll be able to take it and that he will be able to get through the parallel parking hump of this. But he does know that there are some online resources for him, so he's going to try that.
Ms. Moni, can you?
And yes, everything that she has said is true. I have it scheduled for Monday, and I'm going to watch those videos.
All right. Just remember, that's the one thing that I learned about. I know we have talked about this before, but you get 6 points to get to the road. You just got to get through those 6 points. So just make sure that you are really, really good at pulling up to the line and really, really good at backing up to the line. And you figure out a way to get that car between those cones. And then you never have to parallel park again. All right?
Right. Yeah, that's right, Your Honor.
Perfect. Because I've been practicing my congratulations message for when you get your full license. Because I think it's this, right? Am I right on that?
Yep.
All right. So I just know one word. I got to get a little bit more.
And I can't wait to see that after Monday. I'm waiting for you to give me that message.
All right. So he just needs a little bit more time, right?
Right, Your Honor.
Okay. So now, once he has passed the driver's test, he still has to get an appointment with the Secretary of State, though.
Yes, Your Honor.
So my suggestion would be make an appointment now. Because if you get a January date, then it's, instead of waiting a few more weeks and you get a February or March date, let's make that date now. Because you could always cancel the date later. And then we can talk about other options, because in my discussions with the Secretary of State, they've said that if you look at an area a little outside of the Metro Detroit area, you might find a sooner appointment. Although, to be fair, I know you have transportation issues, so that's a challenge. But we've got this. I mean, we've been at this too long. We've got this, you and I.
Yep. Yes. We're so close.
All right. I will adjourn this 30 days. And Ms. Krauskopf, let me know when he passes, okay? I have a feeling that this is the time, all right?
I will, Your Honor. I will.
All right. Great work, Mr. Carlock. Good to see you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Right. And Ms. Maloney, we'll let you know, we'll send you notice or let you know about the next date as well, okay?
Sounds great. Have a great holiday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We've got Mr. Chowdhury's here. Mr. Chowdhury, where's, all right. I'm going to unmute Mr. Chowdhury, case number 2019-01415, People versus Chowdhury. Who's handling the Chowdhury case today?
Good afternoon, Your Honor, Madam Chief Justice, Judge Wittenberg. My name is Randy Segentine, standing with and on behalf of Mr. Chowdhury. Both Mr. Chowdhury and I are appearing via Zoom technology. We are aware of the procedures for that process, and we approve for its use for this purpose.
All right. It's my understanding that Mr. Chowdhury has both finished the traffic class and I think he's finished off his license, right?
That is correct, Your Honor. He's a true success story in this matter, and I think he has good news to show to the court.
All right, Mr. Chowdhury. So do you actually have your license with you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, okay. I don't want you to hold it up too close. I don't want to show off the numbers or anything, but just verify. Is he smiling in the picture? Can everybody see that? I was going to say that's the only thing I ever ask is if you get your license and we work through all this, did you smile in the picture, Mr. Chowdhury?
It's my.
Oh, that's all right. I ask people to do it, only about 50% do it, so don't worry.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. It's all everything for you, because of you.
Well, Mr. Chowdhury, you had to do a lot of work to get here. And it's a pretty exciting day because, you know, it's not often that we get to have the Chief Justice of the Michigan Supreme Court here to celebrate with you on this day as well. I didn't know, Chief Justice, if you had anything you wanted to add.
Congratulations. This is really, really an honor for me to be able to be here and tell you that. And thank you for doing the work. Really, congratulations.
And just to give some, you know, Mr. Chowdhury and I started about a year ago. And so he had to clear up some outstanding tickets in other courts. He, you know, he had to work very hard. It was not a overnight process. And I'm really quite impressed about the work that he's done. And my intent to here. So he had, when I last saw Mr. Chowdhury, he had an allowing a licensed person to drive, and the original sanction was set at $525, but I promised that I would reduce his fines and costs substantially if he in fact achieved his license, and I'm going to do just that. It's the order of this court based on Mr. Chowdhury, and he's number 890, I think, Mr. Secondteen, number 890. I will reduce his fines and costs. The allowing a licensed person to drive, the fine will be reduced to $25. The court costs will be waived entirely. And the state of Michigan costs, I have to assess those. Those are $125, so the total is $150, which I have to believe is on the lower side of fines and costs that you've had to deal with. But this is what I want you to do. If you do need time to pay because you had this ticket and you also had a civil infraction, do you have the ability to write down a phone number, Mr. Chowdhury?
Yes, please. Can you?
Yep. All right. Ready?
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry.
I'm going to write it down too, and I'll confirm with him that it's accurate.
Oh, perfect. Okay. That's all right. It takes me 20
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm ready.
You're fine. It takes 20 minutes for me to find a pen in my house. You're fine. All right. It's numbers 248, 246, 3689. All right. You're going to talk to Renee. Her name is Renee. She's my guru of payment plans, and she will work with you to give you time to take care of this. Okay.
Okay, so thank you.
All right. Great job, Mr. Chowdhury. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So, what's my next step? Just pay the payment. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. It's just that simple. And here's the one thing I want you to remember. Say 1 month you run into an issue and you can't make the payment for that month, just give us a call. After all the work you've done, you don't think I'll give you another month? Of course I will. So just call us if you need anything, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Congrats.
Thanks. So should I leave or?
I'll remove you. You're good. All right. I see Ms. Stanford is here. Case number 2019-00507. People versus Brittany Stanford.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, and Chief Justice McCormick. John Angott appearing on behalf of Ms. Stanford, who appears on the screen before us.
All right, Ms. Stanford, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So Ms. Stanford and I just got started. Since I last saw her at the beginning of the month, Ms. Stanford is one of our candidates, just to give everybody a heads up. So Ms. Stanford has never had a license. So if she got any additional tickets or anything like that, we would be in a position where we would be barred for 3 years from getting her license. I think we've got her to the point where we've got hopefully a court date coming up soon in Southfield, Mr. Angott.
Judge, she's had difficulties getting a court date there, so it's not yet set. We're going to help her with that, though, and make sure that whatever occurs there, we do our best to keep anything that she may plead to a non-abstracted offense.
Yeah, so the way I look at it, Ms. Stanford right now, she's got 2 tickets, and that's all that she actually has on her record. But they're both from December 7th of 2018. Which means that even if she has 1 suspension out of Southfield, but even if she cleared that suspension, if she went tomorrow to try to get her license, they tell her come back in December of 2021. So my hope, Mr. Angot, is that you're able to, get into Southfield, even if one of these two, and it's a no proof of insurance and a failure to stop within a sure clear distance. So, Ms. Stanford is not a person who has drunk driving, is reckless driving, someone who is, definitively a danger. She has 2 tickets, and these 2 tickets could serve as a bar for an extended period of time. I believe, Mr. Angot, knowing, the great working relationship that we have with the Southfield District Court, all the judges over there will certainly, and I know Judge Arvan for sure knows of the program that we're working on. I have to believe that they would consider, and the prosecutor over there would consider adjusting those charges accordingly. So, Ms. Stanford, as you can tell, we're working for you. We're working with you. We're trying to make this happen for you.
Okay.
All I need from you is just to continue to be, vigilant, stay on track with your conversations with Mr. Angot. And, as soon as you can get that court date in Southfield, you're going to want to make sure that you make that date. And I believe we're going to be able to make something happen for you. Okay.
Judge, may I just address Brittany one moment?
Sure.
Brittany, just make sure you have my number. Make sure you text me or call me when you get that date. And if you're having trouble.
Okay, yeah, I've reached out, but they haven't said anything. I haven't got a letter for this day for you guys. Southfield hasn't said anything. They only accepted that payment, and that's it. They haven't said anything to me, so I don't know what to do.
Mr. Angot, let me know too if it might be worth making a call over there, and if you need me to make a call or reach out, let me know. If it's just as simple as setting a court date, a Zoom court date, hopefully they can try to accommodate Ms. Stanford as best as possible. Obviously, everybody's backed up right now, but I know those judges, if they knew what Ms. Stanford was trying to achieve, I'm sure they would make it happen.
Sure, she's on the one yard line, but she's got heart there, so we'll make it happen.
It's right there, Ms. Stanford. You know it, and we're right there. All right. So for now, I'm just going to adjourn this sentencing. I'm going to set it out 60 days. So once you take care of that Southfield, you're going to want to make sure that you get your plans together to, take the written test. So start preparing for it. Okay. Written test, road test. You're going to have to do all that stuff, accumulate all of your, you need your birth certificate, all of those things, so that when you go to the Secretary of State, you can get in, get that license and move forward. Okay.
Okay.
Probably a good idea, Ms. Stanford, like I was saying before, to Mr. Carlock, might be a good idea to schedule that appointment now. And that way, once you get that Southfield date, you can go right into that.
So go online and just schedule it. Okay.
All right. Good job, Ms. Stanford. We'll see you back here in 60 days, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I have another, let's see here. I've got a 205-0358 phone number that's calling in. So I put you on mute. So to get off mute, you're going to have to *6. So if you *6, then we can hear you. 205-0358, hopefully. Well, so who do I have on the line here?
Sterling Gilmore.
Mr. Gilmore. I'm happy to hear from you, Mr. Gilmore.
The first time I've been happy to be at court.
All right. So Mr. Gilmore is an add-on. He was scheduled to be here last week, and we rescheduled it for today. But I definitely want to walk through the time that Mr. Gilmore and I have had together. Okay, so this is number 2016-00787. The first time I saw Mr. Gilmore was March of 2016. Actually, I didn't see him that day because it was a bench warrant. But first time I saw him was November 9th of 2017. When he came into court, I set aside the bench warrant, and then we got to work in clearing his license. Okay, and so the way that this program works is I just, in essence, delay the sentence. And under 771.1, I'm really only authorized to delay a sentence for a year. But fortunately, there's case law that's out there that says that if it's the defendant's benefit, we can go beyond that year. And, that's how we've been able to help individuals who need more time than a year. And Mr. Gilmore needed more time than a year. But over that course of time, let's not minimize this, Mr. Gilmore. You cleared 19 tickets. All right, you cleared 19 tickets, and you stayed the course, and you made all these court dates. You kept checking in with me. We kept moving forward, and I just want to confirm this for today's purposes. On October 5th, 2020, did you get your license?
Yeah.
So you are a validly licensed driver right now.
Yeah, it came in the mail the other day, so I have the physical license.
Mr. Gilmore, what was it like when you got it in the mail? I mean, what was that experience for you?
It was I was very happy. I haven't had my license since I think 2005, if I'm not mistaken. I was in high school. So I'm 32 now. It was I called my parents and told them. I told a lot of people actually. It was. I'm very happy.
I mean, Mr. Gilmore, it's something really to shout at the top of a mountain, because I could tell you in my business, you know, there's a lot of people that I try to encourage and I work with and I try to give support. But sometimes, you know, over the course of time, they, you know, get distracted or they just start to give up. And
right.
Mr. Gilmore, you never gave up. You never stopped trying. You never stopped fighting. And I'm just really proud for you, you know, to have overcome what you've overcome. I just hope that this license means freedom for you, that you can go where you want to go, get any, you know, do whatever job opportunity that you now have a license and can be eligible for, whatever is out there for you that you kind of had to be, you know, treading water. Go get it now.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
absolutely.
feeling. So, and you know, I'm so, you know, obviously I was so excited about you getting your license that, you know, all I did was I just called the Chief Justice of the Michigan Supreme Court and said, hey, can you come congratulate Mr. Gilmore on getting his license? So we have Chief Justice McCormick here to congratulate you, Chief Justice.
Mr. Gilmore, what a story. What a great example for so many others who have such an uphill fight to do this. Thank you so much for working so hard and succeeding and showing everybody that it can be done. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
That's the perfect way to say it. And that's really one of the things that I love about this program, is because Mr. Gilmore has no idea who else is watching today.
Exactly.
Who else is in our program right now who is about ready to give up? And then they'll say, well, I've only been at it a year. Mr. Gilmore kept fighting for 3 years and he got it done. So maybe I'll make that other payment. Maybe I'll keep fighting, keep trying another day because of what you just demonstrated could happen, Mr. Gilmore. So anyway, so we're here now. I can actually go forward with the sentencing. Is there anything you'd like to say before this court imposes a sentence?
No, there's not really. I wanted to say anything other than thank you for the motivation to keep going. I do have a question though.
Sure.
The original charge was driving while license suspended.
Yes.
Is there any way I could get that amended to no outcome person, or is that possible, or how does it work?
Well, hold on. Stay on the line for a minute. Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Hey, can you get Ryan Kuzman on the line, please? Thank you. All right. So just hang on a second, Mr. Gilmore. We'll see what we can do about that. One of the things that, Chief Justice, that I feel bad because so many people have been so important to this program. I don't want to leave anybody out. One of the people that you don't see on camera, of course, is Paulina, who really has taken over as sort of our director of the Operation Drive program, and she right now is running behind the scenes to make sure everything goes well. But also the assistance of our city attorneys. So our assistant city attorneys, Mark Liss and Ryan Kaluzny, and our outgoing city attorney, who's been a great assistant in this as well, Dave Gillum, and these are the Royal Oak city attorneys, and the Berkeley city attorney, Dan Christ. Because there are some prosecutors out there that say, you know what, I'm not going to give an allowing a licensed person to drive. I'm not going to give a non-obstructable offense. This person has so many unpaid tickets. And they saw what we were doing in this program, and they saw that finishing this job. We weren't going to let somebody, skate. We were going to make sure that they got their license in the end. So trusting that, they were more willing to amend charges, allow for a non-abstractable offense, counting on this court and this program to ensure that this person wasn't just given a break and allowed to go continue to drive while suspended or while unlicensed. They trusted that we would finish the job, and they've been great partners in this. And so I do want to make sure to take time to acknowledge, their participation in this. It really has been, like I said, it's all, there is an adversarial nature to what we do, but this is not something that has to be totally opposite sides, adversarial, everybody moving in opposite directions. This is one where we can all come together. Yeah, in fact, you're showing to me that when we problem solve and work together, it's more successful than the adversarial model for some problems, certainly, right? Right, exactly. I mean, again, there are some times where we have to draw the line and we have to advocate for our individual positions, and that's fine. This, for the most part, is not one of them. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. Got a couple more people coming in today. All right.
Oh, there we go. How are you?
Brewer, and I've got Mr. Hall. Okay, so Mr. Brewer, I just need you to hang on 1 second. I'm going to call Mr. Hall's case. All right. Okay. And I'll call you right after that. All right, calling case number 2016-03854, People versus Timothy Hall.
Yeah, he a good judge. I like him.
All right, Mr. Hall, can you hear us? Oh, you're still muted though.
Sorry about that.
All right, so Mr. Hall, who's representing Mr. Hall today? Is that you, Mr. Angot, who's muted? That's all right, it's no big deal. It's not like it happened right in front of the Chief Justice. It's no big deal. All right.
Judge John Angot appearing on behalf of Timothy Hall.
All right, so what's our update on Mr. Hall?
Well, Judge, it appears to me that what he has left to do is pay a clearance fee and then...
Hold on 1 second for me. I'm so sorry.
Yes, sir.
It looks to me that from looking at his record, it looks like all he has to do is pay a reinstatement fee.
The reinstatement fee, correct. And make his appointment with the Secretary of State. One of the issues that he has, Your Honor, is that he now resides in New York State, and he's not been able to establish a connection that he can do this online with the Secretary of State. And I told him that we perhaps would look to your guidance. You may have come up with this or before this problem.
I haven't. I can call our Secretary of State liaison to get a good answer, because Mr. Hall is another one of our all-stars. He's gone out and cleared out 7. 10, 15, 20. He's cleared a lot of suspensions, and all he has left is to pay the $125 reinstatement fee. That's it. And I don't know. I can't give him a good answer right now as to whether he could do this from out of state, because I know he's in Schenectady, because I was excited to be able to say Schenectady. I never get to say that as much as I would like, Mr. Hall. And obviously, court allowed him to move out there and start a new life. So, Mr. Hall, what I would say on this, just give me a little bit of time. I know that New York won't give you a license until you've cleared everything here. That's my guess, right?
Yes, sir.
And I'm telling you, from what I've reviewed on your record, it's a $125 fee. So I don't know why it is that you'd have to pay that fee in person. I know if you were living in Michigan, you'd have to pay it in person. Mm-hmm. So let's give me, let's bump this a week, Mr. Angot, so we can stay on top of this. Mr. Hall, can you Zoom with me next week here?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I'll adjourn this 1 week. And Mr. Angot, just remind me when we talk I'm making a note for myself, but just remind me again to call our SOS rep
Will do, Your Honor.
And find out. And again, I don't know why that wouldn't be an option, but I will tell you, Mr. Hall, I know of no way that you could do that right now. So I can't direct you like, hey, if you go to this website, I don't have a good answer for that. So please,
I understand.
Bear with me. And then needs to pay reinstatement fee. So I'll have Paulina send you an email. Is it still the Solid Sage email address?
Yes.
Okay, I'll have Paulina send you an email with the notice, and the offer still remains the same. If you have your license, I'll close the file and waive the traffic class. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'll see you. Paulina will send you the actual time, but I'll see you about this time next week. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good luck, Mr. Hall.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, Mr. Ingot, I don't quite know.
Yeah, I told him it was a unique situation. I had not run into it before.
All right. Mr. Gilmore, can you do me a favor and do a *6 for me, please?
Hello?
All right. Yes, recalling case number 2016-00787, People versus Sterling Gilmore. Mr. Klusny, I appreciate you being available to hear this case and participate in this case. Mr. Gilmore had a driving while license suspended that was committed March 4th of the year 2016. He pled to it. He pled to it on December 18th, 2017. And over the last approximately 3 years has worked to clear his license. Since that time, since 2017, since he's been working with us, he has no new criminal offenses. He has no new driving offenses. He has nothing additional. The only change, Mr. Klusny, is that he now has a license.
Wow.
He requested consideration for a potential amendment of the charge to a no-ops. My concern with the no-ops would be is that's abstractable, and it would abstract as of today. So I don't know if it's a circumstance, Mr. Klusny, that based on his efforts, if you'd be willing to amend the charge to an allowing. Obviously, that's 100% in your discretion.
Judge, obviously, if he's worked that hard and has been able to clear up his license, I have no objection to reducing the charge to allowing unlicensed person to drive.
So what that means, Mr. Gilmore, is looking at your driving record now, that driving while license suspended will now be taken off of your record and won't be something that follows you around. In fact, I think that was your only driving while license suspended, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Well, now you don't have any anymore, and you have a valid license.
Excellent. Thank you.
It's the order of this court, based on the motion of the prosecutor. Case is amended to allowing unlicensed person to drive. Mr. Gilmore, are you asking this court to accept the plea that you gave back on December 18th, 2017 as the basis for your plea today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. I've amended the case to allowing a licensed person to drive. Now we can go forward with sentencing. Is there anything you'd like to say before this court imposes sentence?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. It's the order of this court that on the newly amended charge of allowing a licensed person to drive, I'll set a $25 fine and $125 in state costs for a total of $150. Mr. Gilmore, will you need time to pay?
Could I pay it on the 15th?
You can, you know what we'll do? You totally can pay it on the 15th, but if you need more time than that, do you have the ability to write down a phone number?
I do. I can pay the whole thing on the 15th, though.
Okay. Well, the 15th.
It won't be a problem.
So what I'll do now is I'll give you 30 days time to pay. That will cover the 15th. And
okay.
What I need though is if the 15th doesn't work out, something comes up, I need you to call. You have our numbers. Call the court.
Right.
And I'll set you up with a payment plan if you need it. Okay.
Okay. On the 15th, I can just call like the normal court number and I can pay it that way.
You can pay it by phone. You can pay it online.
Okay.
You have a number of options, but like I said, if you need any additional assistance, let us know.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Gilmore, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Good luck.
All right.
All right.
Judge, I'm happy to stay on if there are any other cases you need me for.
I mean, you could stick around, Mr. Clusie. I don't think so, but the good thing is that as I've learned over the years, you are ever available as emergencies arise. So I'll call you to give you a call if we need assistance. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Judge.
Thanks. All right, let's go to Mr. Brewer. Case number 2016-02117, People versus Rayshard Brewer.
Ready, Your Honor. Michael G. Mitchell on behalf of Mr. Brewer.
All right, Mr. Brewer, can you unmute so that we can?
How?
There you are. Good morning. Good afternoon, Mr. Brewer. How are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm great. I think I'm going to get, I don't know if that's the right word, but I think I'm going to get greater in just a second. Mr. Mitchell, can you give me a heads up on what's Mr. Brewer's status?
Yes, Your Honor. It appears he's clear and has a valid license. This case that brought him here before you, Your Honor, dates back to 2016. It's been a work in progress, but it looks like he's reached the finish line.
You know what I really was impressed by, it's not like it's been a perfect road for Mr. Brewer and I. There have been a couple times where he failed to appear and I had to get his attention again. I mean, it's not, I mean, again, I guess I appreciate the fact that despite it not being a perfect road, we still ended up in the right place, didn't we, Mr. Brewer?
Yes, we did. I'm looking at my license now.
So
already.
Did you smile in the picture?
They won't let me take a new one. It's the same picture from 4 years ago. They won't let me take a new one.
Okay. All right. So maybe 4 years ago you weren't as happy as you are right now. So I'll take that. All right. Mr. Mitchell, is there anything you'd like to say before this court imposes sentence?
Your Honor, he's done everything that he's set out to do. I'd ask that you take it easy on him when it comes to the fines and the costs.
I'm happy to help him with that. Mr. Brewer, what was it like for you to get your license back? You know, what changes did it make for you in you know, whether it's employment or just getting around? What was that like for you?
No pressure there. I just had a daughter, so now I can actually take her out myself, and I got to worry about somebody driving me around or taking a lift. So I can just get in the car and go wherever I want with her now. So it's just the pressure right there for me.
How old is she?
She's 6 months.
6 months. So, Mr. Brewer, you know, the best part of this is that she's never going to know you without a license. Like her whole life, you're going to have a license. Like, you know, if she needs somebody to take her to practice or field trip, she's not going to know a time where someone else had to give her a ride because her dad didn't have a license. I mean, that's pretty cool. So, anyway, Mr. Brewer, anything else before this court imposes sentence?
And I just want to thank you for being so patient with me.
Well, it was worth it, Mr. Brewer. I get a chance to be part of something fantastic like this. You know, and all I had to do was just give you additional time. I mean, that's really not that much. That's really not much effort on my part. I think, Mr. Brewer, that you deserve, you know, the real congratulations. You're the one who had to go out there and make it happen. So it's the order of this court. Mr. Brewer having his license. I'll set a $25 fine plus $125 in state costs. The total is $150. Let's see here. Now I think you still have some bond money. Let's see here. Let me confirm this. Because if you have bond money, then we are good to go.
Yeah, I believe I just paid $400 bond a couple months ago, and I first got everything back together.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Brewer, not only are you, I'm going to release the bond to apply, but I think you get to experience something unique to the court experience. You're going to get money back. So, yeah, the bond is released. It'll apply to the remainder of your fines and costs. And we don't just keep the extra. All right, it's going to go back to you, Mr. Brewer. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just remember this. When that first time you take your daughter out for ice cream and you're not looking over your shoulder. Don't forget what you did and what you accomplished. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well done. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honors.
Oh my goodness, I forgot. Hang on, Mr. Brewer.
Uh-huh.
Chief Justice, is there anything you want to add on this one?
I'm just grateful to get to congratulate you myself. Thank you for your hard work and showing people that you can, by working as hard as you did, you can still succeed. And congratulations. Thank you.
How cool is that, Mr. Brewer? I mean, now that you get your license, you get all the good feeling with that, but now I don't know if people will believe you when you say I went to court today and the Chief Justice said, good job, So you can tell if they don't believe you, tell them to give me a call. I'll vouch for them. Okay.
I will. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
All right. Okay. So on I've got 15866, but I don't have our name there. And the video wise, I can't really, ma'am, can you state your name for the record, please? Oh, we're on mute.
Oh man, what I do?
Oh, you're perfect.
My name's Stephanie Elledge.
Oh, Miss Elledge. I know. Miss Elledge, good to see you. Who's handling Miss Elledge's case? Who do we have today?
I did it again. John Angat appearing on behalf of Miss Elledge, Your Honor.
I just want to state something for the record, Chief Justice. Normally, our court-appointed counsel team is on point. They're locked in. They're never muted. This is totally what Mr. Angat is presenting today is not consistent with the high level of performance that I'm used to. So please disregard. Check in later on a YouTube video. You'll see. He's usually on point and exact.
I'm just so nervous.
I take your word for it. I believe you.
All right, Mr. Angat, how's Miss Elledge doing?
Judge, she's one of the success stories. She has her license, she has her license, and I believe she has the actual physical plastic license with her.
Miss Elledge, this is great. I was hopeful because when I last saw you was before the. Oh, she's running to get the license right now. When I last saw you, Miss Elledge, it was before the pandemic. So I was hopeful that you'd keep fighting, keep moving through, but there are no guarantees. But it sure is nice to see that while we haven't had a chance to connect, that's what you did. You went out and got your license. Did you, okay, I always ask this, did you smile in your picture?
No.
We have 4 licenses today. I'm 0 for 4. 0 for 4. But we are now at least, Miss Elledge makes us 893. So 893 today on our drive for 900. So I hear a little voice in the back. Who does that powerful voice belong to?
My baby.
Oh my goodness. How old is your baby?
She's 2 months.
Hold on, I'm gonna pin this. Everybody needs to see. What's her name?
Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie. Oh, look, she's totally calm. She's a good court baby. You could bring her to court anytime. All right. There are not always great court babies, but Stephanie is a great court baby. So what was it like to get it back?
Oh, I feel good. Cause I was never without my license. Somehow I got it. But I got them back, so plan is to keep them.
Yeah, you had to go out and take care of a bunch of Detroit tickets and some Troy tickets. Miss Elledge, I know today we've had, some really good success stories, but that doesn't mean that it was easy for anybody. And I know it wasn't easy for you. And, like I said with Mr. Brewer, I just love the fact that Stephanie, she doesn't have to worry about getting a ride. She doesn't have to worry about, somebody else taking her to, her first day of school or riding in somebody else's car. She's got her mom to do that. And that's powerful for you and her. So I hope you're proud of yourself. That's a big deal. So,
yeah, I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
before I impose sentence, Chief Justice, any remarks?
Again, thank you for your hard work. Thank you for letting me be here to witness it. And congratulations to you and your family, your daughter. She's beautiful.
Thank you.
Is she sleeping through the night?
Yeah.
Really?
She gets like once or maybe twice to feed, but she's pretty good.
It's funny. My daughters were definitely night hawks. They did not let us. They did not let us sleep much. So I'm hopeful that this means that Stephanie is going to be nice and calm all the way through her teenage years. So, all right. So anything else, Mr. Angot, before this court imposes a sentence?
Judge, no, I'm just, as usual and per usual, I'm just very proud of her.
All right, Ms. Elledge, noting that you have your license, it's the order of the court that you pay a $25 fine. I will waive the remaining court costs. State of Michigan costs are $125. The total is $150. Do you need a payment plan? It's not a problem.
I paid the courts. I thought I paid the
You know, Ms. Elledge, I'll look, and you might have posted a bond, and it was for another court, like maybe Troy or Detroit. But let me look. If you paid anything to us, make no mistake, I don't want you to pay anything additional.
Well, 44th District Court, right?
Yes. So yeah. Let me look and see if you have I can look it up. Hold on. I don't see that there was a bond on this one. Oh, I see. So, so Ms. Elledge, what happened was at some point in time your file went to bench warrant status. So there was a fee to get your file on a bench warrant status. And you did pay on that, okay? But there are still fines and costs related to this sentence. But what I also found was an old parking ticket, and I'm going to waive that parking ticket. All right, so I'll waive the fines. What I need from you, Ms. Elledge, is I'm going to give you a phone number. Right, you'll call our collections department. She's great. Her name's Renee, and she'll work with you if you need to pay even just like $25 a month or even less than that. We'll work on that for you and spread it out. Okay. So the phone number is 248-246-3689. All right, you got that number?
Yes.
Okay, great. Congratulations again. And like I said, Ms. Elledge, whatever time you need to take care of that, you got it, okay?
Okay.
Congratulations again. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I'll have, Mr. Angot, again, I'm pretty good at checking the court records, but not the same as my staff. So I'll have them double check. If she's posted any other bond anywhere else, obviously we'll release it to apply.
Thank you.
But I think what she paid was to get it out of warrant status. That's the portion that she paid.
It sounds like it.
And I know we're running up against it, Justice McCormick. I know that you have to go. So I can't say enough how much I appreciate that you have taken the time. And I'm really quite pleased at how many, we've got, Representative Ellison. And I think we've got a couple commissioners. We've got our mayors here and our new city manager. We've got a couple fantastic communities here in Royal Oak and Berkeley. And what we're doing with this program really fits in line with the general vision and mission of these communities to begin with, which is be part of the solution as opposed to part of the problem.
It's really inspirational, I have to say. Thank you very much for allowing me to be present and see the way you all are collaborating and working across silos to figure out how to actually just improve people's lives. It's like, this is real public service, and I'm just full of gratitude for everything you're doing. Thank you.
Thanks again. And if you have any other questions or any other follow-up, and frankly, now that we've been able to get you here, I might have a couple of questions to ask you down the road about, maybe some issues that we're running into, and because I know.
Please do consider me a partner. I want to help any way I can. I'd love to also export your model to other places. So let's stay in touch about growing what you're doing.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chief Justice McCormick.
Thank you.
Thanks again. All right. Well, that was pretty cool. All right. That was awesome. And I just, again, Representative Ellison, just to see you come here today, again, I know with everything that's going on in the world and everything that you've got to deal with in Lansing, to take the time here, again, it speaks to your commitment and your recognition of what we're trying to accomplish.
Thank you, Your Honor. I love sitting in your courthouse because there's so many good things that happen. I know I've been there for some of your school days and your Wednesdays when you bring the school in. And it is, if anybody hasn't done that, they need to sit in there and find out, because it is a true education, not only for your fifth graders you use, right? The fifth graders come in and learn, and he keeps them the task. He gives them assignments, and they have to do it. But I'm always honored to come into your courthouse and see what's new. And again, you and Judge Wittenberg run a really tight ship, and everybody in Royal Oak and Berkeley should be very proud of the 44th District Court. That being said, I do need to get out of here. I got other stuff to do, but thank you for the invite, and let me know if any other fun things come up.
You got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we've got some more people in the waiting room. We got some more business to get done here. All right. All right. Okay, on my iPhone, I'm having a hard time catching the video there. Can you give me your name for the record, please?
Sierra Boyd.
Oh yeah, Miss Boyd. Good afternoon. All right. Hang in there for 1 second for me, okay?
Okay.
Got Mr. Owens coming in too. Mr. Owens. I've got a couple more people trying to connect. So just as a reminder to everybody trying to connect, turn on audio and you can hear us and we can hear you. Okay. All right. While we're waiting for Mr. Owens and a couple other participants to join in, calling case number 2018-00668, People versus Tiara Boyd.
Good morning, or good afternoon. I'm sorry, Brittany Castle on behalf of Ms. Boyd, who is present. And Your Honor, it looks like Ms. Boyd does have two matters she still needs to take care of in Detroit. So that's where we're at right now. We'd simply be asking the court for some more time for Ms. Boyd.
Just two. We just have two, Ms. Boyd. That's it. We only have two.
Right. I thought that I could just pay him. I didn't know that I had to go to court for it.
Miss Boyd, what I've learned through going through this is there are some traffic tickets that you can just pay, some that you have to appear in person. So
I wasn't in the clear for that. I didn't know that part.
No, but Ms. Boyd, I don't think most people know that. That's not a Tiara Boyd thing. That's just like, I think everybody, unless you've gone to law school and then specialized in criminal law and then specialized even further into traffic law, I don't know that anybody would know that. So basically, Ms. Boyd, what it means is like if someone gets pulled over and it's a traffic misdemeanor, okay, if they don't show up for court, their license is suspended and a warrant is issued. Okay, that means you got to go to court to deal with that warrant. But if you just went to court for just a traffic, if it was just a civil infraction like a speeding or something like that, they can only suspend your license. They're not going to issue a warrant, so you could pay that online. Does that make sense?
Okay.
All right. So I think you just need. Did you call to the 36th District Court? Did you call them?
They don't like answer the phone. They didn't answer the phone.
Does anybody on the team have had any success, a good number to call down to 36th District?
Right. I thought you said you was in Connect. I'm dating
Miss Boyd, that is a fair statement. I'm trying. It's one of those things where, they have limitations as well.
If I can get a successful number to get through to be able to make court dates, I will be at the court dates.
And I'm sorry, who's here for Miss Boyd today?
I am, Your Honor.
Do you have her phone number?
I do now, yes.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. Miss Boyd, Mr. Angot and I are going to be reaching out tomorrow to Judge Hinnant Johnson, and we'll see if there's like a double secret phone number out there that we don't know about. Because a lot of our people have open cases in the 36th. So, yeah, we just got to get her in. I'm looking it up right now. Oh my gosh, it's Judge Larry Williams. All right, so Miss Costello, if you would reach out to me tomorrow afternoon, and we can confirm. I'll try to reach out to Judge Williams for Miss Boyd and just find out if there's because I know Judge Williams knows about our program. Of all the judges down there, he and Judge Hinnant Johnson were one of the first to cooperate with us. If he knew that you were trying to just get a court date, I have every confidence that he'd want to make that happen for you. So I'm going to ask him two things. One, is there a number that my Operation Drive participants can actually get through to somebody? And two, how do we get about Miss Boyd getting in your court? Okay. Okay, so Miss Boyd, I don't want to lose track of this, and I want to get you answers sooner rather than later. So now appearing via Zoom, you're okay with this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Why do other courts do it? Why can't other courts do this?
Some of them do it. Some of them just don't do it as much as we do it. So I'm just going to adjourn this. Hold on. I'm just going to adjourn this 2 weeks. Now, I don't think we'll have a court date in 2 weeks, but I think you deserve an answer in 2 weeks. Okay.
Right.
So it might be a situation where you just pop in and I talked to Judge Williams. He said, this could be your court date. But my guess is you'll probably hear from Ms. Costello before you even see me in 2 weeks. Because Ms. Costello, I'm hoping will have some additional information that she gets from me. So, all right, so today is the 29th. Let's just bump this to November 12th. Is this time good?
Yes. Almost, yes.
All right.
I woke up a little late.
All right, so I'll set it at 2:01 again. We're still going to send out. We'll still send out notice. I think my assistant Paulina even sent you an email, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll make sure you get an email again for November 12th at 2:01, and then Ms. Costello, keep after me about getting a hold of Judge Williams. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Good job, Ms. Boyd. All right.
Thank you.
Now, if you need me to set it for 2:30, if you don't wake up till 2, let me know. I'll set it to 2:30.
Okay, 2:30 is nice.
All right.
2:30 is nice.
Oh boy.
Just so I'll be on time next time.
All right. We'll set it for 2:30. Good luck, Ms. Boyd.
Thank you.
All right. I've got, there's Mr. Owens. Mr. Owens. Case number 2020-00099.
May it please the court, Your Honor. Good afternoon. My name is Randy Segentine, standing with and on behalf of Mr. Owens. Both Mr. Owens and I appear via Zoom. We approve of the use of that process for this procedure. Judge, in speaking with Mr. Owens, when I first met him recently on this docket, he was not as engaged as he needed to be. He's got a lot of things going on, but he has made a commitment to the program. He advises me he made a payment recently to Centerline in the amount of $270. I'm not sure it would show up yet on the court's paperwork, but he understands the priority and his need to be engaged in the program, and I think he's committed to doing that going forward. We're asking for some more time in this matter.
I think for Mr. Owens, sake, he probably needed to figure out, okay, is this program for real? Is this judge for real? Does he really want to try to help me get my license back? You know, because my guess is, Mr. Owens, that hasn't been your experience in most other courts, right?
Right.
So the best thing, when I look at your record, the best thing is we only have to deal with 2 courts, okay? Now, there's a lot to get done, but we only have to deal with 2 courts. As Mr. Secretine can tell you, we've had individuals who have to go to like 6 different courts, 7 different courts. We have 2 that we have to deal with. Now, if we can knock out Centerline, then we just have the 1, you know, and then maybe we can touch base with the 36th District Court and see if, you know, if they'll be willing to work with you a little bit, Mr. Owens. But let's focus our efforts on Centerline and knock that out if we can. Okay.
That's what I'm doing now, sir.
I think that's a smart move. You said you already paid $270 on it.
Yes, sir.
That's good. That's good. I mean, Mr. Owens, we got to play the long game here. Okay. You know, it's going to take some time, but you know, I'm hopeful that we're trying to make coming to court as easy as possible. This is pretty easy, right, Mr. Owens?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're not on probation with me right now. I'm not looking to collect any money from you right now. All I want you to do is keep plowing away at these suspensions. So I'm going to adjourn this out 4 months. I don't need to see you for another 4 months. You just focus on Centerline and then get started in Detroit, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. No, this is good. It's funny, Mr. Owens, because, you know, some people would look at that and say, look at these suspensions. He's only paid, you know, $270 or whatever on it. And I look at that and I'm like, that's huge. To me,
yeah.
So much, you've made a significant step towards actually making this a reality. And I know for a fact that next time I see you, you're going to be closer. And the next time after that, closer. And this will happen, you know? Yeah. All right. I will. And you've got Mr. Secondteen's phone number if you have any questions, right?
Yes, sir.
He does, and his communication has been very significant and timely, Judge.
Okay, so I'm going to adjourn this out at least 4 months. And Mr. Owens, when we check in with each other, I'm hopeful that you are still safe, healthy, in a good place and made a little bit of progress. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, be well.
Okay.
All right. All right, on my LG Aristo 2, I need your name for the record, please. Hear me?
Huh?
Oh, Mr. Owens, you're all set. You're good to go.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I've got the gentleman on the LG Aristo 2. Sir, can you hear me? I don't know that he can hear me. No, so you're going to have to, let's see here. I'm going to chat. Okay. Okay, in the meantime, oh, here we go. Connecting to audio. Let's try that again. In the meantime, while we're waiting for him to log in, audio wise. Are we ready on Brunson Knott?
Yes.
Okay, so who has Miss Brunson Knott?
I do, Your Honor. John Angot.
You nail it when the chief judge isn't here. Mr. Angot. Okay, calling case number 2020-00370, People versus Siobhan Brunson Knott.
Ready, Your Honor. John Angot, appearing on behalf of Ms. Brunson Knott.
All right, today's date and time set for an adjourned sentence. Mr. Angot, do you have an update for me on Ms. Knott?
Judge, it looks like she has a couple suspensions out of Grosse Pointe Farms, one in Detroit and one in Madison Heights.
Okay.
I don't know prior to today's date when the last time she was reviewed, so we had communication via text, but it's just a matter of getting her here today. So
this is her first review, so she hasn't had a chance for us to really dig in. And the 3 places she has to go: Grosse Pointe Farms, Detroit, and Madison Heights. I think she's going to have court dates on those and set up court dates. Does that sound right, Ms. Brunson Knott?
Yes, I actually reached out to Grosse Pointe, and I'm actually on the payment plan for them.
Great.
And Madison Heights, I haven't been able to reach out to them. I've called and they said I should be looking for some in the mail, but I haven't received anything. In Detroit, same thing as them. I haven't been able to contact them.
Okay, a couple things. One, if you're wondering how the work that you've been doing, how that looks on my end, I mean, that you've made progress. I mean, you came back to some progress is measured differently when it comes to this program, because sometimes progress is just learning where you got to go and what you need to do. So many people are suspended and they don't even know where they can go to clear things up. I feel like with you, Ms. Brunson Knott, you already on a payment plan in Grosse Pointe Farms. That's where you have 2 suspensions. So that's the first. I think that's the most important place to go, because that's the one that has the most suspensions. Okay.
All right.
And then with Madison Heights, if they said they're going to send you a court date, then it's something to just monitor. And I check in with them every couple of weeks if you haven't received one. I don't know how frequently they're doing their court dates. Usually we've got a pretty good turnaround time, but every court is different right now.
Okay.
And with Detroit, Ms. Brunson Knott, it seems like a lot of folks' experiences are, we can't get a hold of anyone. So we're going to check on our end and see if there's, some good line that we know somebody is going to be able to answer. Let's see if we can find that out. But really, if you have to save Detroit to the end, focus on, Grosse Pointe, focus on Madison Heights, get those knocked out, and then we can attack the Detroit suspension. Okay?
Okay.
But for right now, you just need more time, right?
Yeah.
So when I do this program, I don't expect someone to be done the very first review. Okay? And I don't expect you to pay any money to us or do anything like that right now. I'm going to kick this out in another 4 months. You focus on clearing the rest of this stuff up. Okay?
Okay.
And you got the notice for today, right?
Did I get the notice for?
To show up today. You got the notice today, right?
Yes.
So that Trumbull address is still good, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, well, so we'll adjourn this 4 months out. Mr. Angot, you have a phone number?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. And you've got Mr. Angot's phone number, right?
Yes.
Okay, so reach out to him. If you're running into issues, like he's been to Madison Heights before. He's been to these courts before. He might have some tips on how to help, okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck, and we'll send out notice of the next date.
Okay, I had one question.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I had now I'm on probation for Troy.
Okay.
Now, does that have any ties to you? Like, do you guys know anything about that? Like, cause I'm on a payment plan with them, paying $42 a month on 2 tickets that I got in Troy, and a part of my probation was to clear up all the tickets. Like, that's what.
Right. So basically, they've got you on a probation. I just don't do probation like that. Every court does things differently. I would just rather have you pop in, give me an update, and then leave. I don't need you to check in with a probation officer every month and do all that kind of stuff. We're not connected with Troy. I'm glad they're doing that because, for example, you're on a payment plan with Troy and they lifted your suspensions. you're on a payment plan with Grosse Pointe Woods, and they did not lift your suspensions, which means that they're waiting until they get all their money and then they'll lift it. So that's the good thing about Troy is while you're making your $42 payments, they've lifted your suspensions. That's a good thing.
Okay, so it's not, okay, so it's lifted, but Grosse Pointe
They
haven't lifted theirs
yet.
because they
Some
want all
courts
of it.
want all the money for, that's their prerogative. We let people do their clearances up front, and Troy does as well. So
Okay, so if Troy's lifted and if I get Grosse Pointe's lifted, then I'll be able to get my license, or I'm still waiting on Madison Heights
you still got to do Madison Heights
and Detroit.
and Detroit. So Grosse Pointe Farms, you have 2. Madison Heights, you have 1. Detroit, you have 1. Okay.
Okay.
That's it. And don't worry, you know, and I want to make sure that this is clear too, Ms. Brunson. So let's say you get your license back and you have a case your case in Troy comes up before mine. Okay. Nothing from my case will hold you up from clearing up your probation in Troy. Okay. So you don't have to worry like, do I have to go in front of Royal Oak first? Do I have to go in front of Troy first? Okay. So if Troy is if you've got your license, if Troy has you before me, I mean, you're not, there's no suspension here. I'm not suspending your license or anything. Okay.
Right.
All right. So once you get done with Grosse Pointe Farms, Madison Heights, and Detroit, you can actually walk in and get your license. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Hancock, if you follow up with her too. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay. Ms. Krauskopf, will you let, I think Ms. Kirandongo had Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper did not show up, so you just let her know, because she had asked through the chat, and Mr. Cooper has not yet shown up. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll let her know. She's still next door to me, so I'll let her know.
Okay. All right. I've got Ms. Washington is here. I have my LG Aristo. Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. Good.
Sorry about the inconvenience.
No, you did fine. Can you just state your full name for the record, please?
Eric Johnson.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, Eric Rodney Johnson.
All right, good. Who's got Mr. Johnson?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. Case number 2019-00903, People versus Eric Johnson.
Melissa Krauskopf on behalf of Mr. Johnson, Your Honor. He's present via Zoom. Your Honor, Mr. Johnson and I talked pretty extensively about his case yesterday. He's close. He's got 3 out of Detroit and 3 out of Highland Park. He has paid some money toward Detroit. He did send me a receipt. He received a receipt via email from them that he screenshotted and sent to me. So he's made a significant payment towards Detroit. He just owes them a little bit more money. Highland Park was a little bit more challenging. He had to call several times. And actually, when I talked to him, he told me something that might be useful for people going forward, because I know Highland Park is one of the ones where people have had some difficulty connecting with the court.
Does he have a tip?
Yes. So the last message that he left, he specifically told that court that he was dealing with this court, and that he needed a date from them in order to be able to proceed in this court. So he specifically said, this is why I'm calling you. I have a case pending in 44th District Court, and
Mr.
you need to call me so that I can move forward there.
That's good.
And I thought, well, that clearly did the trick, because that was what prompted a call back for him. So I thought that's helpful for us to know going forward.
We do. I mean, Ms. Krauskopf can vouch for me on this. We have a lot of individuals that really struggle to get a hold of Highland Park. So just that little tip is huge. Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson.
Okay.
So he just needs a little bit more time then.
Yep. And interestingly enough, Your Honor, procedure-wise, because he's the first person I know I've dealt with who's actually spoken with anybody in Highland Park. From what he was told, Highland Park has a mechanism where people can pay their bond online. So it doesn't require a court appearance. So he's able to pay the $100 bond online. And then apparently once you do that, you wait for instructions from the judge at that point. And actually, Mr. Johnson, did you tell me they were going to send you a text message? Is that what their procedure is?
Yes. They said the judge will send a text with further instructions.
Wow. I mean, I got to step up my game. If judges send text messages, I got to do better. This is good, Mr. Johnson. This is, I mean, do you ever feel, I mean, I have to believe that now more than ever, you feel like this is going to happen. I'm actually going to get a license.
Yes, sir. It's getting closer, yes.
It's pretty incredible. So for now, I'm just going to kick it out in another 90 days. If he gets it done sooner, I'd be happy to see him sooner. You know, I think it's appropriate to give Mr. Johnson the additional time he might need, you know?
Okay.
So, but you should be, I mean, I'm really impressed, Mr. Johnson. Thank you for the good work you're doing.
Okay, thank you. And I thank you for the opportunity to take care of this matter.
And we're going to get this done, you and I. We're going to get that license, all right?
Okay.
Okay, so we'll send you notice. You got notice for today, right?
Yes.
We'll do it via Zoom again like we're doing it right now, and I'll see you back here in 90 days, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck.
Okay, thank you again.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Washington, case number 2020-00441.
Ready, Your Honor. John Ann got appearing on behalf of Ms. Washington.
All right, and I think Ms. Washington's at work. I saw her running around doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
No, I'm impressed. Obviously, Ms. Washington, right now it's so very important to you know, keep the money coming in, and having a job is really, you know, crucial to this part of the process. So if it means that you know, we have to continue to accommodate via Zoom and make it easier for you to show up to court so you don't have to take a day off, we're going to do it. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I called your clerk on Friday. I hadn't got a call back, but I called to update. So I was trying to see if I can move this court date out, because Clinton Township, I seen them on the 21st, I believe. They pushed my court date out to November 25th. And so Clinton Township is November 25th. At that, I asked the judge last week, I just want to be charged for it so I can pay it, because the problem is I was never formally charged. So that's why everything just kind of prolonged along the way. So he said that when I go see the next judge, at that point, I can ask to just pay whatever I need to pay to clear that. And then on the 21st, I have St. Clair Shores. So I'm hoping you can push it out at least a month. By the time I come back to you guys, everything will be clear, because Taylor that's already in the works. She told me that my bankruptcy actually cleared something with them. So she said she would call me back to give me like an updated balance. So I have the money pretty much to pay everything I need to pay. I just have to get to that point, and I'm not there yet. It's kind of like jumping through hoops. You have to see them and all this extra stuff. So once I do that, I'm ready to come back to you guys, and then we can kind of go from there.
So I'm just going to adjourn this out. For now, I'll set it out 90 days. And if you get done sooner, you can always come see me sooner. But, you know, so many people, when they start, they sound, you know, lost and hopeless. They sound, and so it's up to me to sort of, you know, to try to remind them it can be done and encourage them. That doesn't sound like you at all. You sound focused, and you have a plan, and you're going to execute that plan, and God help anybody that gets in the way of any of you trying to execute that plan. So it's pretty fantastic.
Well, when they caught me in Berkeley, I didn't even know. What happened was, I've been away at MSU for school. I just finished nursing school, and now I'm here working. And when I came back, I found out, because if you go back into my chart, all this stuff was for tax, that I was home over like a vacation. The tags hadn't come in the mail. I had them, but then they scheduled all these court dates, but I wasn't here. And just me being young and naive, didn't realize that would actually suspend me. So that's why now I'm like, oh no, we're working crazy hours. I have to be able to drive, and I've been getting dropped off, and this isn't going to work for too long. So that's why I'm trying to really just clear it up, because had I known, I would have been done it, because I got notices from like the tax, like the Michigan, saying that they took money. So I thought everything was good and cleared, but they're like, oh yeah, we got our money, but we still have to see you and kind of charge you and kind of go from there. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm just trying to kind of just clear it up, and it's just my own naive, being young and a little stupid when it comes to just being responsible. So I'm just trying to clear everything up. So hopefully when I come back to you guys, it's kind of just you seeing everything I promised and we go from there.
I'm kind of fired up about this right now. I think one, next time I see Miss Washington, she'll have a license. And I think she's going to be running things over at the hospital pretty soon. So, this is great. So, again, it's about, overcoming challenges, and I have a lot of confidence in you, and I'll see you in 90 days. And if you need more time than that, call my clerk. Try to do it, like a couple weeks in advance if you need more time.
Okay.
We'll bump it out farther, and if you get done sooner, we'll bring it up earlier. But I just want you to know, when you take care of St. Clair Shores, Taylor, Clinton Township, when that's all done, nothing from this file is stopping you from getting your license. Okay, so you don't have to wait to see me again. Once you get done with those other courts, you can just go right in. Okay.
Oh, I see, and then just come back
with the license. Right.
Got you.
Like,
okay.
We don't end until you have the license. That's how that works. We end when you have the license.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's perfect then. So once I get all those clearances, and Taylor, they're kind of more simple because she's like, well, once I know what your new balance is, they release your license as long as you have a pay schedule set up. So even if I didn't pay her the whole amount, she's like, oh, we won't hold it for that. I guess because of what the ticket was for. So yeah, I didn't. So if I don't have to come back to you guys initially, then yeah, when I come back, hopefully I'm coming back to show you my my license. So yeah,
that's the plan. That's how this Operation Drive program works. We want people to have their licenses restored, and then what happens on my end is I reduce your fines and costs. Like, I haven't set any fines and costs right now, because I want you to focus on paying everything else. And so then when you come back to me, I know two things. One, I'm going to be your cheapest place to go, and I give you a payment plan if you need it. So.
Oh, nice. Now, can I ask you, would you happen to know, when I set this date, does that get rid of my bond?
No, the bond is still, who's Letitia Washington?
My mom.
Okay. So that bond is still in her name. So you've shown up here to court twice. I am very confident that you'll be showing up in the future. I can release the bond money back to her.
Oh, well, she wants it to just go toward whatever fines and costs I'll have with you guys.
Okay, then this is crucial. Okay, then what needs to happen is she needs to send us an email or give us a call or let us know that she wants the bond to be used, because let's see here. Yeah, the good thing is that we could take that, and that'll take a big chunk out of any fines and costs that I would give you.
Yeah, that's what she doesn't want it back. She just said for it to go towards whatever fees and stuff. And so she needs to write a letter or call
just
her.
Write a letter, call us, let us know that the bond that she posted for you that's in her name can be used for you.
Okay.
Just a quick phone call. Tell her we won't bite.
Okay, yeah, I'll let her know.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Washington. Great,
all right.
Great job. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Okay. All right. We're ready on. All right. Good afternoon. Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. Can you state your full name for the record, please?
Marquita Elena Patterson.
All right. Ms. Patterson is here for an adjourned sentencing. Who has Ms. Patterson, by the way? Is that yours, Mr. Angot?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So what's my update, Mr. Angot?
Judge, unfortunately, I haven't had any contact with Ms. Patterson. I believe I may have sent a text, but I don't think she's had none. I do know what outstanding issues still remain, 2 in Detroit, 2 in Warren, and a reinstatement fee.
Okay, do you want to touch base with her real quick in a breakout room? Make sure we got her right phone number and everything, and whatever tips, so that Miss Edwards is, she's pretty close. I mean, she's just got the 2 in Detroit, 2 in Warren. We can lock this down and get her a license. So I'm gonna, Miss Patterson, you're gonna see an invitation to a breakout room.
Okay.
And that way you can touch base with Mr. Angot, and he'll give you his number too, so you have you have an attorney that you can talk to. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Angot.